because the more you participate, even if you make mistakes, the better you're learning. If you don't really participate, it becomes sort of out in another world, and that's not what you want.
Okay. Well, I mean, I will do it, but not individually.
Okay, okay. What you can do is silence it and sort of say it out to yourself.
Okay.
Okay, we're still waiting for a couple more people. It is 10:01 according to my clock here. Let's wait another 2 or 3 minutes before we start.
I did order a Hebrew writing book for children and adults.
What about it?
I ordered a book to learn how to write the letters.
Oh, good, good, good. I wrote a book once. I made a book. I was really proud of myself, and I don't know who it is. I keep cleaning out, you know, and saying I'm retired. I don't need this. I don't need that. And then when I want something, I can't find it.
Well,
I'm not interested in the news.
well, the same book I wanted I went to Abe's, and it was a lot less expensive and brand new on Amazon. So it was half the price. I went on abesbooks.com.
Abe, how do you spell that?
Abe's, ABE.
Oh.
But it's not a great price. I mean, I got this book, but the book that I ordered actually came off of Amazon, was half the price and in new condition. So
that's great. That's
great. Hillary, what's the name of the book that you ordered?
I knew you'd ask me.
I'm going to say hello to Teresa, who's just come on.
Let me tell you in a minute.
I'm addicted to my Kindle, so I was buying everything for my book club, and then I finally got smart and went to the library and borrowed them.
Exactly.
Yeah. And last night I learned about a new book, and I went and got the one audio copy, the one virtual copy the library had. So I was really proud that I was smart enough to do that. Okay, I think it is 10. I'll give it 2 more minutes, and we're going to start. I will tell you. Hold on. We're going to start on page 11.
Page 11.
Page 11. I'm going to
put this in the chat room.
Okay.
Okay, good. Thank you. I'm going to put this up and go to page 11. There it is. Come on. I don't want multiple windows. I want this window. There it is. All right, that's page 1. So we're going to move it to page 11.
Look at you. Woo.
Yeah.
Oh boy. My friend was here at 9:30. That's why I have a prayer if anything happens.
You're good, Joan. You're good.
We're good. Okay, there we are. This is a review sheet. Yeah, this is a review sheet of everything we've had, and then we went into the next page last week with the mem with the shin. Excuse me, for unit 2. But I want to review every letter here and make sure you're all with all of them, and there's no discomfort. Okay.
Great.
Okay, I can't see too many people. How do I do that? Oh, I've got one body.
Hillary,
Oh, there, I got a few people now. I got you guys now. Okay. Look over. I can't. All right, let's look at the letters that are in this. No, I'm going to have to diminish you guys again. This is driving me crazy. All right. Look at your book. They're all up there. Okay, these are our letters that we've had. Is there any question? If I asked you what is the difference between the 4th letter and the 5th letter, who can tell me?
The 4th and the 5th.
Right.
Karen?
And final
Good. And somebody else? What's the difference between the 1st and the 2nd letter?
One comes at the end of a word, yeah, and one is used in the word.
Which one comes at the end of the word?
The closed mem. The closed mem?
The 1st or the 2nd?
The second one comes at the end.
Okay.
Mem Sophie.
Right. So you've got the mem Sophie. Exactly. The mem Sophie being the final one. You don't have to worry about the term. Just know that is the form. The one that, yes, I can do this. Look at this. Amazing. This is the mem Sophie, the final mem, the one that comes at the end of a word. This is the mem that comes at the beginning or middle of a word. Okay? Any question here? What is it?
La,
Lamed, la, L, I mean, that's fine. And then what do we have?
Ah,
cha.
What's the difference between these two? Are they both chaf or is this one different?
And
No,
that's
it's the
final
same.
Same.
That's final huff,
And this one comes,
at the beginning.
beginning or the middle.
Middle.
okay, and this one,
A.
A.
Ah,
Ha.
chaf.
That's a head.
And it's okay, and when it comes at the end of a word, it is silent. We'll come across that. Okay, we've got our vowels. Let's say them
E.
together.
E.
E.
E,
A.
E, A,
A.
E.
E.
E,
A.
A,
Ah. Ah.
Ah.
Are there any questions on these letters and vowels?
no,
Anybody? It's better for you to speak than to just let it go by if you need this. Okay, I'm gonna go on, I'm gonna skip the page and go to the next page. Okay, now we come to the shin, and this gives us shalom. Of course, we haven't had the O yet, but they give it to us at the bottom of the page. I think they did. No. Okay, this letter right here is a vav, but it is also used as a vowel. And in this case, it's O, because you recognize the word shalom. It's a sight word, right?
right.
No.
So it's shalom.
Boom.
And as I said, every syllable has a letter and a vowel, consonant and a vowel, except the final syllable could have two consonants. The final letter may not have a vowel. I say may because a few of them do. Most of them don't. So it's two syllables, shalom.
Long. Mhm.
Any questions about this? We did this last week, but I want to make sure
Right.
you're all with me.
Mhm.
My dog is with us, yes. She's going to read Hebrew for us. Okay.
Yeah.
You hear these howls, you'll know she's a character. Okay, let's look at line four. No, line 3. I want you to look at the difference between the first word and the second word in line 3. Can anybody tell me what's the difference between these two words?
has the yud in the middle of the second word.
Yeah, but what's the difference how it's pronounced?
It will have a longer shay.
Along, right.
Shield.
Shield as opposed to shield. Don't get hung up on. For prayer purposes, it's not worth getting hung up on. If you were reading conversational Hebrew and trying to speak conversational Hebrew, it's another thing. But for prayer purposes, there's no difference for us. Shield. And these two are
Shall.
no. Well,
Yeah.
carefully.
Shale.
Shale.
Shale. Okay, and again,
Shale.
Shale.
these are all
Us.
Shall.
Shall.
All.
shall.
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 Now, what was, I gave you a warning, which isn't in the course, but I know it's happened to too many people. Where might you be confused about these two vowels? This one and this one.
With
Which
the final.
ones?
With
Where,
the
where
vowel.
exactly?
Okay, I'm going to remind you, if by any chance you were to be listening to somebody who reads Ashkenazi Hebrew, as one of the great members of our congregation does, and he does daven sometimes, or if you should go to Chabad for something special, whatever,
Mhm.
they're going to pronounce this vowel O, or O. Don't freak out if you hear that happening. For our purposes, it's ah and ah are the same, okay?
Mhm, mhm.
Okay, let's move down the page a little. I can do it with my hand, it's easier. Let's go to line 9. Now, again, we are missing, the final chaf always has a vowel. It's one, is it the only one? One of the, if not, if maybe it's the only one that always has a vowel. In this case, it would be the silent vowel, so it's not affecting us. So I need a volunteer. Okay, there's also a silent vowel under the lamed here.
Mhm.
Those two places. So you
So the
blend
first-
into the silent vowel, where I'm pointing, when there's a silent vowel, you blend into it. So this is mal. Mal. And the silent
Mal.
vowel here, it's just silent. Who'd like to read line 9?
I'll read the first one. It's
All the whole
Mala.
line. Come on, brave people. Who is it? I don't know who it was. 'cause I can't-
Laura.
Laura, go.
I'll just read the first one, okay? It's melech, melech.
No, you
Okay.
don't get hung up on that. Melech.
Melech,
Just
okay,
plunge into it and let it go.
okay. But I like that letter.
Well, it's a very nice letter. And it's typically Hebrew, and if you speak a little Yiddish, you know it, that sound. And if you know any Russians, they know that sound very well. It must be everywhere in the Russian language. I don't know. I don't speak Russian, but I've worked with Russian. Okay, so that's melech. What's this word, somebody?
Shalem.
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 Okay,
Mhm.
shalem. Good. This one?
Mhm.
Malche.
Malchay.
Malche.
Good. All right. Yet we are assuming there is a silent vowel, a shva, two vertical dots under this. Mal, che.
Hey.
Malche.
Now, when we sing our prayer, we might say malache, but
Oh,
then you
Yeah.
make an extra syllable, but it doesn't matter. For all intents and purposes, malche or malache, same thing. Okay,
Mhm.
what's next?
Shalem.
Shalem.
And
Shame.
this one,
Shame.
Shame.
what is shame?
Shame.
Does anyone know that
Shame.
word? What's shame? Name. The shame. Your shame is your name.
Okay.
So you got a simple Hebrew word. Okay, and this one,
Shalem.
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 are there any questions about any of the sounds or combinations in this line? I want to go to line 11, because again, we did do this last week. Okay, please note at the bottom of the page, they do tell you, I remember this now, they do tell you about what they call a half vowel or the shva, but they don't put it in. But this is what it looks like, and it comes under the letters, like within the final chaf or under the lamed. This is what it looks like. Okay, I want to go to line 11. I want to brave. Is it in there? No, it is not in there. It would not have to be in there. The yud, you don't need it. That's just part of the vowel. So I need somebody brave to read 9/11.
I'll do it. Hillary.
Who? Hillary, go.
Lechem, shame, sham, shalem, lechem.
Excellent. She said shalem. She didn't say shalem. Israelis would read it shalem. It's shalem if you're being absolutely technical, but that was fine. It's perfect. Any questions about that line? Now, I want you to go to line 12 and look at the third, fourth, and fifth words. Don't say anything. And tell me if you recognize them.
Yep.
It's from the song.
Prayer, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Everybody see it?
Yep.
Yep.
Anybody not see it? Confused? Speak up now. Me.
Me.
Malachim.
Mhm.
Sing it together. Me.
Me. Malachim.
Oh, and I've got an email that just popped up. Isn't that nice? Get rid of it. Okay, so that we are getting into we are now, yeah. Are there any questions about that? That's getting into our prayer, which the whole book is based on, which is kind of cool when you get the whole phrase like that. And
Just
even-
one thing, John.
Hold
Just
on.
one thing.
No, let me
Okay.
finish. Let me finish.
This is Laura.
I know, Laura.
Um,
Okay,
Okay,
okay.
so the
No,
question I have, and
No,
maybe
Laura,
others
hold,
have it too.
hold. Let me say this before I forget.
Sure.
I'm sorry. I want
That's
to make sure you recognize the shva, the silent vowel. Now they put it in finally. Malache or malche. Ham, break is there. It's two letters and a vowel. This vowel being silent. So it's ham lachi, malche. You blend into the shva. Got it? Laura, go.
Got it.
I'm just curious if you'll repeat for me with the shin at the bottom of the page. I know that's sha, but why is there a dot above the shin?
Because that makes it a shin.
Oh, that makes it a shin.
If the dot were on the other side,
It would be what?
it would be a sin. If
Sin.
Oh,
the dot were on
It'd
the
be
other
something.
side.
Okay, be something
Well,
else.
without
Okay,
vowels, you have to figure out which it is. But
okay, I'm good. Mhm.
any other questions? Good question. Hold on. Saying I have low system resources, whatever that means. Okay. What word do we, here we find, now they bring it out. Here is the O vowel.
Oh,
O.
Mhm.
It is really a letter. It's a vowel. But it becomes a vowel also in two different forms. This is the first one. So if you have this vowel with the O on top of it, it's with the dot on top of it, it's an O. So the word is
Shalom.
Shalom.
tight word.
Shalom.
Okay,
Mhm.
let's look at, can't move this over, I don't know how. I'm going to bring the page down and you can see the first line. Does anybody know what that, how to read that first line?
so is that Mo?
Yes.
Oh.
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
That's
Well, the dot
That's Mo.
can be O, and with the above over it, it can be O. Got it?
Mhm.
Got it.
Yes.
right.
O. So the first
Oh,
line
oh,
is,
show, oh, low.
Oh, low.
what's the middle word?
Malo.
Oh,
Show.
Show.
Malo.
Show.
Oh,
correct.
excuse me. Show.
Oh,
Shalom.
Not show, show.
Just show.
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 Show,
Show.
that's the vowel.
Show.
We bled right into it. There's no show.
Oh,
Show.
low.
If you had a shva under the shin and then the vav, then yeah, maybe it would be, but you wouldn't have it. Now let's look at line 2. What's the difference between line 1 and line 2?
As the
Yeah.
longer O. I mean,
yeah,
it has
the holder for the,
One person. Tell me your name. I
This
can't
is
see
true.
everyone.
this is
Rochelle, what's the
Teresa. It
difference?
has the holder Bob for the O. It's holding the O. The Bob is holding the O, but it
Okay,
sounds
but
the
it's an
same.
O vowel. It is a vowel at this point.
Right, but it's as opposed to just a dot. It has a place. It has a holder. That's the same sound.
Exactly. The first and second lines are exactly the same. Okay?
Mhm.
Now let's
Mhm.
look at line 3. I'm not going to read every word on the page, but I want you to look at line 3. If you saw the first 2 sounds on line 3, which one do you think might be the beginning, might be close to a word, and which one would not?
I'm sorry. I didn't hear that.
Okay, the two words or 2 combinations in the beginning of line 3. How would
Yes,
how would you read them?
the same.
Low.
Low and low.
And how would they appear differently in a word? Which one of them could be a word technically? Neither one is, but which one could technically be a word?
The second one,
Why?
because it's always at the end.
That's
The
right.
final hum. Ha, ha.
You can't have that stuff in the middle. And if you
Yeah.
look and I don't know why they make it so confusing. Okay, and the mem, the final mem always comes at the end of a word. I'm not even going to dwell on this because I think it's confusing and I don't want to get. Let's look at line 7. Now we're looking at real words.
Yeah.
Right, I need one volunteer. Speak up, call your name, and I'll say your name.
Rochelle?
What, Rochelle? What is the first combination in line 7?
It's shalom.
Shalom. Excellent. Everybody got that? I'm gonna volunteer you guys. How's that? Teresa. What?
You want me to continue?
No, you did great. Rochelle read the first one in line. Excuse me, in line 7. Right. I'm going to call on Teresa to read the second combination in line 7.
Or I'm going to say Shalom Malchim. Malchim.
I'm no.
Bawahim.
Malachim.
Malachim.
Yes.
Mala.
Malachim.
Malachim.
Right. It's Malachim. Malachim is usually it. Malachim. Nobody's going to argue on how you read the short vowel. It's the silent short vowel. Malachim. Okay. Shalom Malachim. This was Shalom Melech.
Yes.
What can anybody Is there anybody who knows the difference between these two in terms of meaning? What is shalom mean?
Plural.
Melachim is plural.
Or
Plural.
Melech.
Kings.
for
King.
melech? Exactly. Melachim is plural for melech. What does melech mean?
Son,
King.
King.
What does
King,
melachim mean?
king, wait, the king of kings. King of
King.
kings.
Okay, good. You're getting it. You know, if you get the words here and there, get the key words, it makes it much more interesting than just reading by rote. So this is why I try with every prayer to get some sense to it. Okay, look at line 8 now. Now we're putting 3 words together. I'm going to volunteer people. No, I'm going up my list. Karen, line 8.
Shalom lemelech hamlachim.
Beautiful.
Melech.
No, that's it. That's all. That's all.
Okay.
Thank you. That was perfect. Diane Mashoff, can you read the second part of line 8?
La Mela.
Look at your vowels.
Mal.
Wait. Look at your vowels.
La Mela.
What's this first vowel?
Me, me.
L.
La.
Very short. L.
La Mela.
Le,
Oh. Let's look at the vowels. These are the kind of mistakes.
Me. Melech.
Melech. And the first vowel is L.
La. Mela.
No, listen. L. Not la. L.
Le.
le.
It would have to have that line under it to be la. L. Melech.
Le. Mela.
Right.
And we're assuming there's a shva over here because there has to be. Okay, lemelech. What's the next word?
Malachi.
Malache.
Malachi.
Malache or malache, either way.
Right.
And this one?
Halachim.
Hamlachim. Excellent. Okay, let's read this, everybody together, this line. Shalom.
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 Lemelech.
Mela.
Hamlachim.
Lamelech.
Lemelech.
Malachi.
Hamlachim.
Malachim.
Theme.
Malache. Malachi would be the king of Hamlachim, of the kings.
Which word are you talking about?
I'm looking at Malachi right here. The kings of,
Uh-huh.
or the king of the kings.
Okay.
But what I really want you to be noticing is mem lamet chaf sofi, mem lamet chaf, mem lamet chaf. Every Hebrew word is built on a root, 3 letters.
Mhm.
The root for everything that has to do with kings is mem lamet chaf. So all of these words, melech, melachim, lemelech, malchei, hamlachim again, all have to do with melech, king. Do you all see that? Do you all recognize that root? It's important that you recognize the root.
Mhm.
It's the way I do it. I don't know everybody. Okay, let's review the vowels in line 9. I'm going to volunteer. Whom haven't I heard from? Bonnie.
Okay. Lee. Lay.
No. Yeah. Remember that short vowel?
Lech.
No, what's the vowel? What's on? Oh. we've got
I'm
some-
sorry, are you on the second one on line 9?
I am. And look at the last letter of that second one. What's on it?
Oh, low.
This is
Mm-mm.
new. This is new.
Oh,
I'm going to tell you.
lecha.
Yes. Good.
It's hard to
Lecha.
see. I'm sorry, those little notations are so small.
They are small, I know, but I can't. I'm going to
Okay.
because I forget that I lose too much. Lecha. The final chaf always has a vowel. It can be the silent vowel or it can be this vowel. It wouldn't be any others.
Okay.
Okay?
Lecha.
Lecha. Okay, keep going.
Okay. Yikes. Lach.
Yes.
Good.
Lach.
Yes. Mhm.
And then low.
Mhm.
Lach.
No, not chaf. What's that letter at the end?
Ha. Oh, ha.
It's all right. At the end of a word
Oh.
is silent.
Oh, so it's just la.
Correct. You all with us? We're right here. And this is something I said, but we hadn't had an example of it. At the end of a word, the hey is silent. It's
Okay.
the huh sound if it's in the middle of a word or beginning of a word, beginning of a syllable. At the end of a syllable, it has to be silent.
Okay.
Okay?
Uh-huh. And the next one is lahem
Good.
and lachem.
Excellent. Okay. Diane Mashav, I want the same line, please.
Lo,
No, right here.
oh, li, laho,
No. The
loha, laha,
cha. Good. You all see that. It gets the silent vowel and it gets the other vowel, the ah vowel. Okay. This is a silent vowel.
laha,
No. If there's nothing there, assume it's a silent vowel because it should be in there.
lah,
Ah,
lah,
La. La. Got it?
La.
Okay, good. Go.
lo, la, lachem, lachem.
Excellent. Now let's look at this next one. We are going to have those same combination vowels with the lamed, but we're going to add it to shalom. So I need a brave volunteer, which is not going to be very difficult. See, who haven't I heard from in a while? Hillary, how about line 10?
Okay. Shalom le,
What is that?
shalom li,
Lee.
no,
Thank
shalom, yeah, shalom le,
Lee.
shalom lech, lach,
La.
shalom lach,
No.
shalom lech, lach, lech,
There's a vowel in that.
Oh.
Lee.
shalom lach, lacha.
Yes. The cha. Good.
Keep that one. Shalom lo.
Okay. We're getting all these combinations. By the way, these mean to you, to me. Shalom li means shalom to me. Shalom lach to you. Shalom lo to him. So it's important to get these vowels correct because that will determine whether it's first, second, or third person. Okay. I like doing the volunteering. Let's see. Who haven't I heard from? Laura, I haven't heard from you in a while. Would you read line 10, please?
Line 10. Okay. Shalom. Li.
Good.
Shalom la.
I don't hear it. Say it again.
Shalom is the second word la or lach?
Lach. There
Lach.
should be a shva, a silent
Okay.
vowel, right?
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, la. Shalom loch. Is that correct? Lo? Is it?
2 syllables.
And the last word is shalom.
No. I haven't heard. I want to hear this one again.
Oh, that you want to hear the
I want to hear it correctly.
yeah, I'm not sure about that. It should be a la
We'll
or
get help.
I don't know about the lamet. What is the vowel under the lamet?
That is the shva, the silent vowel.
This okay.
So it's just
So it's
left.
okay. So it's lecha.
Yes.
Lecha. Okay. Lecha.
Yes.
And the last is shalom lo.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. This is hard. I'm going to volunteer Karen to read it again.
I'm sorry, line 10.
Please.
Shalom li, shalom lach, shalom lacha, shalom lo.
Excellent. Is there anybody who has any question about that word? Mine.
No.
Diane Goldenberg, are you comfortable listening to it?
I'm comfortable listening. I just have a question though. In the 1, 2, 3, 4th shalom lach, the dot inside is what sound?
Which one? Are you
Huh?
looking? Wait a minute. Are you looking at this one?
Yes.
That's the ah vowel.
Ah, that's
Ah.
but it was, I don't think it was pronounced ah. Okay, lach.
Lach.
Lach would be this one. It would have this. We're assuming there's a silent vowel in there. Lach. But when there's the ah vowel in there, it's lacha.
Ha. Okay, thank you.
Okay? Everybody
Oh, so
got
that, so
Now we
the dot under the lamet, that fourth, that third one that Diane just talked about, is, it's silent, but, okay, but I don't understand. First you pronounced it and then you didn't. So is,
le. You pronounce the
Yeah.
lamed with as little sound as you can get. Le.
okay, le, okay.
Okay?
Lecha.
Shalom,
Lecha.
lecha.
Got it.
Is there any question about that? Because I don't want you to be confused. I don't want to go on if anybody's confused.
My tongue is too twisted.
Yeah, the tongue gets kind of. Now these next ones with a plural. These were all singular in line 10, the li, lach, lecha, lo. Now in the plural, lachem, to them. And these were all the same. Shalom. What is this word? Lach.
Lachem.
Is that fine with everybody? Is there anybody confused? I really would like you to speak up. Okay. Yes. The next line, lechem would not come by itself. It would be lachem, but it's shalom aleichem. So this is the lechem in aleichem. Got it?
Got it.
I can't wait to read whole words. So the two things we're dealing with that are new and that are confusing are the shva, the silent vowel right here, which you just blend into in the middle of a word or pronounce it at the beginning of a syllable. Lecha. Shalom.
Where is your pointer?
Right here at the bottom of the page.
I see it, okay.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
That's the one that was confusing us. And then we kept on the one, the O vowel. We're not going to consider it a vowel. It is a vowel. But when it has that dot above it, we're reading with vowels. It's a vowel. It's O. We treat it as a vowel. It fills in a syllable and a vowel. Okay? Everybody with me?
Yep.
I mean, assuming that you're going to work on this at home during the week, which you have to, going to stay sane with it.
Mhm.
You can't get it all today, but I want to make sure you have enough to know, to feel comfortable working on your own. Yes?
Yes.
No questions? No questions?
No.
Great, let's move on. All right, here we are.
Iron.
Ayin is silent, so we just read the vowel under it. Anybody want to guess what this word is? It's really hard to guess. What is it?
Elohim.
No.
Aleichem.
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 Em.
Shalom.
Alechem.
Shalom. Aleichem. And then we had Malachei Hamlachi. We had that whole line.
Yep.
Good enough to give it to us here. Shalom Aleichem. Malachei Hamlachi. Look here. Shalom Aleichem. Malachei Hamlachi.
Elohim.
Wow.
Shalom. Aleichem.
Shalom
Malachei.
Malachei. Malachei Hamlachi. And they put a combination. This is good practice, this page, by the way. By the way, let's look at the bottom of the page just because it's so easy to get confused. We have two silent vowels, the ayin and the aleph, which will come up. For all intents and purposes, the only one we'll worry about now is the ayin. But when you have a silent consonant, the ayin, you just pronounce the vowel under it, or the vowel next to it in ha'olam, because that's a vowel, or aleichem, because you can't pronounce this ayin. Got it? Or have I confused? Speak now or forever hold your peace. No, I'm
It's a lot. It's a lot. Thank you.
I am.
Ryan, it's such a big letter to be silent, you know, you
Yeah.
read something there and it's not really to be read.
But it is to be read because you have to read the vowel under it.
Yeah.
And if you knew Hebrew and you were reading without vowels, as every my Hebrew teachers putting up classes that I can't attend anymore. If you were reading without vowels, which is everyone after second grade in Israel, because they know the language and they know it makes sense. So if they see that, they know there's a vowel under it. You understand what I mean? And there has to be a vowel under it or next to it. If you have an ayin, it has to have a vowel next to it, like right here, O. Or if it's right here, it has a vowel under it, ah.
Okay.
Mhm.
We're not
So,
gonna-
but Joan, so why in that on line 4, the one you're pointing to, it's
Elohim.
Elohim, but then up on the
No. Ah,
Oh,
Alechem.
Alechem.
Alechem. Ale.
But on,
Alechem. Stop, listen. Look and listen. Stop. Ah, lay,
Alechem,
Mhm.
again. Ah,
Alechem.
Alechem. Okay.
as in Shalom Aleichem.
Yeah.
Over here. Shalom Aleichem. Malachei Hamlachim. The first, there's our prayer. It's not a song, it's a prayer. We sing it, but it's a prayer. It's a beautiful prayer. Welcoming Shabbat. So I'm gonna work from line 6 because it's just pieces before that. All right. Now I'm gonna look at line 7 because we've done line 6 and that. And I have not heard from Teresa for a long time, so she's gonna read line 7.
Okay. Aleichem, shalom, aleichem, shalom, shalom, shalom.
Excellent. Fluent, easy, wonderful. Any questions? Anybody else want to try it? Anybody else brave enough to try?
Alechem. Shalom.
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 Which is
Shalom.
reverse order of, what's this one?
Shalom Aleichem.
Shalom.
Wait.
Mhm.
Alechem.
Shalom.
Aleichem.
Shalom Alechem.
These are the words you know. So what I
Right.
want to do is take the
Mhm.
words you know and see how it's written. Aleichem.
Mhm.
Shalom Aleichem.
Mhm. Right.
Malchei Hamlachim.
Elohim.
Aleichem, shalom.
Aleichem Shalom. Excellent. Okay. Are there any questions on this page? Are you totally confused or just a little bit?
No, but is Aleichem friends? So Shalom Aleichem means hello friends.
No, to you.
Shalom
You.
to you. Aleichem is
Literally on you. It's the correct. Al means on. It's to them, really. It's Shalom Aleichem. Peace to them. The kings of kings. The kings of kings.
Can we-
Technically, Aleichem is a plural, and al means on, and the correct form is to use al, not just to. And then Malachei Hamlachim are the kings of kings. The king of
Okay.
kings. Malachei Hamlachim, it's plural. The singular, Malachei Hamlachim, the king of kings.
Okay.
Shalom to them, the king of kings. Doesn't make sense in English, but it does in Hebrew. Okay, that's all I can tell you. Okay.
Joan,
Yes.
is the Joan,
Yes.
is in the 8th line, the second block of words,
Yeah.
is that hamlach, hamlachim?
Yes,
Okay. Okay.
the kings.
Mhm.
Kings. Malachei
I got it.
of
Mhm.
the kings.
Mhm.
keep getting emails onto my computer. I don't want them. Okay.
Got it.
Got it. Yeah, you did get it. Anybody, is there anybody who's confused? Please say so I can clarify it for you. Diana, you with me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yes.
good. All right, let's see if we can go just a little bit further. I'm not going to go very far because I don't want to confuse. I want you to have something to work on that you're comfortable with. Okay, this is our other silent letter, the aleph. So somebody read the first line for me. The aleph being silent. Who's going to volunteer?
E, A, F, O, A.
Somebody, whoever that was, knows her vowels. Who was that?
Bonnie.
Bonnie, good job, Bonnie. You're absolutely perfect. You read
That was the easy one.
No, you're not lazy. You did great. I think I would like you all to study your vowels and whatever kind of combinations you can make. Make your own flashcards. Take
Yeah, I did that.
listen, make an X, which means any letter, and stick the vowels under each. Make one for each of these where the alephs are, and make X's for the aleph. And make sure you really can read all these vowels. I'm using my finger. That's not helping. I'm sorry. Okay, look at line 1. Make yourself a set of flashcards, and instead of aleph, make them X's, and then put the E with the yud, the A with the yud, the A with the yud, the F, the O up in the corner, the O next to it, the A and the A. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 flashcards, and go so far as to look them up and put the sound on the back, and have somebody quiz you. So make sure you really know these vowels. Have your grandchild quiz you if you're lucky enough to have a grandchild.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't have a kid married yet.
You what?
I have 2 daughters and one won't get married yet.
Okay, well, have your daughter help you. You're young.
Well, she teaches Sunday school, actually.
Yeah, I know. Mine did her young too. Now she teaches Torah. Guys been crazy. When I need Torah reading, I go to my daughter. Seriously. And when I'm working with somebody who needs Torah reading, I have her record it and then I can do it. Well, if you have anybody who can help you. In my case, my grandchildren, if they're too young or out of the nest and nowhere around, so that won't help. But if anybody helps you, even a friend, if you put the letter on the back, if you've written the sound on the back to the beginning, written on the back of this one, written the letter E, and on the second one, put, say, 2 E's, and then A, I would just put 1 A for these. I would, F, E-H, O, just the letter O, A-H, I-H. Make flashcards, practice them, play with them, do anything. Have somebody quiz you, guess it and turn it over and check it. Because if you're comfortable with these vowels, then everything will come much more easily to you. Got it? Now, the only other vowel which we've had is the silent one, the ch, the shva. And that one comes right here. It comes under a letter, which malche, or it might come at the end under a final chaf. Let's see if they've given them. No, I'm looking for a place where we could have put it and they have it. Melech, not melech. Melech would not need it. I don't see it. I don't see one on this page. All right, don't worry about that one. If you get all the vowels and remember the silent vowel is barely pronounced when you have to pronounce it, or you just blend into it. So it's malche, hamlachim. Okay? Now, this one is malche. We're going to assume there is a shva under this lamed. What would this word be? Line 6, the first word.
Malachi.
Oh.
Oh.
Malachi.
Malachi.
All right, ladies. What's the first syllable?
Mal.
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 Mhm.
There's a shva
Okay.
under this. So the first syllable is mal.
Mhm. Mhm.
Okay. This
Okay.
one is just malche.
Malhe, right.
Malche has that vowel in there. You see it?
Yes, 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 yes.
Joan, could
Yes.
you go to, Joan, this is Teresa. Could you
Yes.
go to line 4? You see those, Marla, those that you're actually looking at, but they're like ahead, and would they have that silent letter under them too, or
The
how would you
lamed?
pronounce?
The lamed?
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah.
Marla, is that
No,
Marla?
mal. You blend into it. Mal.
Mal.
Mal. Yes, exactly.
Oh.
You have to,
Mal.
where they're missing a vowel. This is really difficult for me. It's hard for you, and it frustrates me that they're making it difficult, but this is the book they got, and we're going to use it.
Okay, now I have another question.
No, let me finish.
No, if you have 2 dots under a letter, that makes it silent, so it matches the letter before it?
You blend into it.
So the letter before, like mal, and the L goes with that, it pairs with that, as opposed to the silent olive next after it. So that's I guess what we like to make
Try
sure.
again. Let me try again. Please listen carefully. He's grinding something. Okay. Listen carefully. If the shva, the silent vowel, comes under the beginning of a word, you pronounce it a short nothing sound.
Right.
If it comes in the middle of a word, you blend into it. Mal. I'm in line 6, the middle word.
So it would be with the
Mal.
first syllable, as opposed to the last syllable.
It doesn't matter if it's first or middle. If it's
Right,
in
but it would be the
word,
letter before it, the letter before it.
you blend into it from the letter before. Mal.
Okay.
Look
All
it
right,
over here. Look here.
So Joan,
Wait. Let's finish with this question, please, and then I'll take it. Ham. Same thing.
Right.
Ham. You blend into it. Who was asking that question? Was it Laura?
Diane.
Okay.
Yes, Diane.
All right, so you said if it's in the beginning, if it's the silent vowel is on the beginning, it's eh?
It's a short yeah.
Okay.
It's not really a full, it's just a silent little nothing, really. It's as short as you can make it. Malachim.
Okay.
Malachim. But if it's in the middle of a word, you blend into it from the letter before it. Hamlachim. Mal, it should be here. Malache. The difference here is malche. You blend into the lamed here. When you want to hear that ah sound, you blend into the malache because there's the silent letter. You all see the difference between this one, the first word in line 6, and the third word in line 6. Malche, malache, malache.
Malachi.
I beg of you to make these flashcards that I asked you to make.
Mhm.
It will help you tremendously. And if you've got a child in the family or in the neighborhood would like to help you, they'd probably be tickled silly. Okay, seriously. Okay.
Joan, is it possible for us to read the second line?
It is as soon as I get rid of whatever just came up on my computer. Thank you.
Okay.
Second line. Okay, who asked that?
Laura?
Laura, I thought so. You want to read line 2?
Well, my question is that silent? Is that a f silent at the end of each one of them?
Yes.
Okay.
The
All right. So, okay.
There is. There has
Okay.
to- no.
So it's really
Wait,
this.
Laura, wait.
Yep.
It not only is it there, it has to be there. The final chaf always takes a vowel. So we have to assume it's a silent one. Just the way the
Okay.
book have done it. Okay? Read line 2.
So the first word is just E. Is that
Sound
right?
Ich.
Oh, ich.
Yeah.
Ich. Okay. And then we have ich.
Ich.
Eich.
Wait a minute, what's the third one?
Egg.
Egg, egg.
Okay, and the fourth
And
one?
then
Egg.
egg.
Let Laura read it. I'll give everybody who wants a chance.
Okay. So the fourth one is going to be egg.
No. Yeah, the fourth one is A. Yes, I thought you were. Go
Then
on.
we go into egg.
Yes.
Egg. The next one then will be F.
No.
No.
Yeah.
That's an O. Oh.
Right.
And then we have Och,
Yes.
and then Ach,
Yes.
and Ach.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Oh, yes, I got it.
Take a
Okay.
volunteer who wants to read that line. Who's going to volunteer? Rochelle just volunteered to read line 2.
Okay. All right, so we've got all. No, I'm looking at the fourth line. Ma,
Second line, line 2.
I'm jumping ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Second line is ich, eich, ech, och, ach,
Ach, and
and
Don't interrupt her. She said it perfectly. Diane Mashoff, you do it.
Egg. Ach.
Mm-mm. No.
Ach.
No, what's the 2 dots?
Egg.
A.
Egg.
Can you get that h out, or is it fighting you?
Yeah, it's fighting me. I have my backward throat here.
All right. No, not us. Start again. Remember, 2 dots are A, 1 dot is E, 3 dots are F. Okay, start again.
Egg. O. Oak. Ah.
Good. She got all her vowels right. That's what I was concerned about.
Mhm.
Okay. Anybody else brave want to try it?
I will.
Oh, good. Who said I?
Hillary.
Oh, Hillary.
Oh, Hillary.
I love
Eek, egg, egg, oak, ach.
Good. You got to work on that. It's hard. It's
But,
hard
you know.
if you've never pronounced it. It's very difficult.
Well, I don't have any Russian in me.
Excuse me?
I don't have any Russian blood in me.
You don't have any Russian blood? I thought most of us do. I actually do. I certainly have Yiddish blood,
Right, yeah.
and it's certainly in the Yiddish, but no, it is a difficult sound for many people to pronounce.
think about the word challah.
Yeah.
Ladies, I want to make sure you know your vowels.
Yes.
That's really what I want. And I want you to recognize roots. I'm not going beyond this page because this really, I want you to look at line 6 and 7 and tell me what root is in every one of those in 6 and 7. What are the 3 letters?
Mala.
Mem, Lamed, Kaf. Right. You all see that? Mem. Look. My pointer. Mem. Look at my pointer. Mem, Lamed, Kaf. Mem, Lamed, Kaf. Mem, Lamed, Kaf. Different words. Mem, Lamed, Kaf. There's the root word, melech. Mem, Lamed, Chaf, kings, malachim. This is king, this is king. Malachei, king of kings. These are all the root, melech. You're going to see that in a lot of prayers. Melech referring to melech.
King.
King.
Who's the king in the prayers?
God.
God.
Of course. So you're going to really work on these pages. I do not want to go any further because I think it's just going to be too confusing. Notice at the bottom of the page, a Hebrew vowel must always be attached to a consonant. It doesn't have to be a sound. The aleph and the ayin are not sounds, they're silent. But there has to be a consonant for a vowel. And all these vowels at the top of this page 15, these are all vowels that have to be part of a consonant. And the other one you could add would be an X or an aleph with a shva under it, which would be totally silent. You would have to have, let's find one that has that. But they should do it here. The lamed with its malche, you blend into it. Hamlachim. And they don't have any examples on this page where it's the first letter of the word, but we've had it. Lacha, lachem, with the silent vowel. I think if we go back a page, we'll find that. Back 2 pages, we'll find that. There they are. No, they don't have the silent one here. Okay, here it is. Le melech. The beginning of a word, the shva is silent. In the middle of a word, you blend into it. Ham lachim.
Okay.
Ham lachim.
Got it.
Got it.
Got it.
Okay. Questions? Okay. You all know this perfectly. Totally confused. I admit that, and I know that. I want you to work through page 14. Now you can actually, no, don't do 15. Let's just do 14. 15. We've been assuming there's a shva under a lot of letters that's not nothing, and that's what the next page is. So if you want to look ahead, you may, but I want you to feel comfortable through page 14, please. And work on it. If there's somebody, all kidding aside, if there's somebody who knows a little Hebrew and you can read to them, especially if it's a child in the family, in the neighborhood or something, that they love it. I mean, imagine them knowing more than you do. And it really, seriously, it's a fun thing to do with them. You can a cookie when it's over or something like that. But we're getting into the prayer now. We really are. And I don't want to go any further. Unless, if you really want to go ahead, if you're feeling really comfortable, look at the next page. The aleph is silent. It sounds just like the ayin. So if you could read it when there's an ayin, you can read it when there's an aleph. Here are all the same vowels. I'm using my pen and not my pointer. Here are the same vowels. Here. Got it?
So why did they?
No, I'm sorry. What did you say?
One at a time, Diane.
Oh, it's just wondering, why not just have one silent instead of 2 silent?
I don't know. I didn't write the alphabet. So the aleph, notice, it's the aleph bet. The bet is the second letter. Sound familiar? Aleph bet, alphabet. Okay, that was a great question. I wish I knew the answer. It just confused us, I think. Any other questions?
Well, also the ayin and the aleph look very similar.
If they teach you, that's fine. I don't see it, but that whatever. They sound the same. That's the main thing.
Yeah.
They don't do it. They're just placeholders. But they're placeholders so you can have a syllable, because you can't have a syllable without a vowel without a consonant.
Okay.
Is there any time when the aleph and the ayin, there's a difference between them? Does that come into play later?
Only if you're spelling, only if you're writing modern Hebrew. It's just like in English, there are different ways to write the same sound. It's correct spelling. Hebrew is a language with words with correct spelling. So you can't substitute one for the other, but you read them the same way.
Okay.
I'm trying to think of something in English. Of course, I'm drawing a blank here. Can you think of 2 English words that are spelled totally differently, but sound the same?
Oh, that's a Jeopardy question.
Yeah, there's a good one.
Hey and hey. H-E-Y-H-A-Y.
Right.
Okay. H-E-Y-H-A-Y. Spelled differently. Why? Why can't it both?
Yeah,
they
that's
mean
fine.
different, those words mean different things. So is that,
Oh. So in Hebrew, it's the same thing.
okay,
It's the correct
makes
spelling of
sense.
the word. It's the correct spelling of the word.
okay, that makes sense.
Any other questions? Okay, I remember I want you to practice through page 15. I'd like to think that you're all going to have flashcards for your vowels by next week. Maybe make them early in the week and practice every day for a few minutes with them. That's the best way to learn it. I know it's not, when we're all so busy, it's not always the easiest way for you, but I'm going to say it every week. A few minutes every day is worth more than an hour and a half on Wednesday night.
Yep.
Any other questions? Okay, I think we've reached our time limit. I know we've reached our limit in what we can accomplish in one day without.
Definitely.
Well, I'd like to give you as much as you can take, but I also don't want to go beyond where you and have you confused. I don't want to lose anybody along the way.
Thank you.
I think you're all doing very well. And
If you were teaching children, would you teach them more or less than you're getting?
it depends on the class.
Oh, okay.
It really depends on the class. Because I've taught this to third graders, oh God, more times than I can count. That was a while ago. But I taught Aleph class, Hebrew class Aleph for many years, way back when, and third graders. And we went as fast as we could. Generally, we were meeting 3 times a week. Those were the days in school met 3 times a week. And by Hanukkah, they could all read.
Mhm.
But that was 3 times a week, not once a week. We had the holidays, butt into it, but even with the holidays, they were getting a lot of classes.
Mhm.
So by Hanukkah, my classes could all read. And I'm sure that if we were working 3 times a week and you had the time to work the way they did, you'd be even faster. But it's not, it's just a matter of learning the sounds and blending them together. And recognizing roots and recognizing keywords so that when you're reciting these prayers, it's not just rote memory. I have a friend who reads services. She reads fluently. She doesn't have a clue what she's reading. So she's now taking a class in modern Hebrew so she can better understand. It's a little different. Biblical Hebrew and modern Hebrew are somewhat different. But now she can have a sense of what she's reading. And I will try to help you with keywords so you can have some sense of what you're reading as you go along. And if you have questions, feel free, not only in class, but send me an email. You all have my email. Send me a note, ask me a question. I'll answer it as quickly as I can. And you're doing very well. You really are. I think we've come a long way. What are 4 classes? We've come a long way.
Joan, can I just say something? This is Bonnie. One of the reasons I'm taking this class is to make the services more meaningful to me. Not only do I not know Hebrew, but I don't know what I'm reading, and I want to get more meaning out of it. So when you do explain what the words are, it's really helpful for me.
Well, good. I want everybody to have that feeling, because I think just sitting and reading rote Hebrew, it just sounds, it's just noise. You don't know what you're reading. And it isn't meaningful. And after a while,
Yeah.
why am I doing this? This isn't praying. This is just singing or reciting. So that's why I am trying very hard to give you the key words so you recognize them. Even in Torah, it's interesting. Even in Torah reading, if you've got the Tanakh in front of you or the Chumash and you're following it, it's much more meaningful if you have an understanding of key words. So that's why I will dwell on them. The only one we've really come across at this point is Shalom and Melech. But there'll be more. There'll be more. Any more questions? My most loyal people. I hope we're not down to just, 6 of us? 7.
Thank you for reviewing
Yeah.
the last couple of pages and not really going
Yes.
into new material. That really kind
Right.
of helped. That'll give us an
We
extra,
will
you know.
always review. We will always review, because let's face it, everybody doesn't get everything the first time, and I don't want to go ahead and leave anybody in the back. I really don't.